in 5th place.
It's very difficult to find the correct setup for this rally. As you know, it's my first time on gravel. In some stages, I think I'm going well with the setup, normally in the fast parts. But for example, in the last one was really bad for me because I had absolutely no grip. I have to understand the car to study a little bit better.
High water temperatures also plaguing Frenchman Robert Consani in his Peugeot 207 Super 2000 car. They slowed him down in stage 4. He was still 4th quickest, but in stage 5 he had a spin, losing more time, going only 12th fastest. The goal is clear for Craig Breen. Despite mechanical problems, he has got to battle on. He stopped before stage 5 to do repairs to the car, finally able to get back on the road, but was 8 minutes late at the start line with a 1:20 penalty as a result. He's in 8th place.
Yeah, we completed. So we're still here and still fighting.
What is the problem?
Yeah, it's been a few. But okay, look at. I have to be very, very careful. I'm a 24-year-old kid with a factory drive. I'm very, very lucky to be here, but we've just been very, very unfortunate.
Abdulaziz Al-Khavari of Qatar, 3rd overall last year on Rally Cyprus. He makes no mistakes. 2nd spot in the order for him. He's finished all stages in the top 5 so far. Yazid Al-Raji battling him for the lead then, fastest in stage 4 by only 0.9 over Kajtanovic. After stage 4, he switched off the high temperature alarm because it was on so much. Novel way of dealing with temperature problems. He went 6th fastest in stage 5, holds the lead.
See what's going on, and we can do good time, but when we need it.
Kajtanovic needs it now. He's coming back strongly. 2nd on stage 4, the pole goes fastest on stage 5, much to the appreciation of the crowd. He's 3rd in the rally, just 21 seconds off the lead, but he finishes stage 5 with a punctured front right. He could have been even faster.
Now we hit stone, but the stone was on my line. But it was 2 kilometers before the finish, so it wasn't so bad. It's a nice stage, really fast in some parts. Completely different than the last one.
Yazid Al-Raji then with the lead from Al-Khavari and Al-Qasimi. Magalesh and Kajtanovic are closing in fast. We're heading into lunchtime service at Nicosia. And Robert Consani holding 6th place as Craig Breen slips to 8th among the top Cypriot drivers. It's been an eventful morning for Craig Breen, battling problems with the Peugeot 208 T16. The new car has not been having the easiest baptism in this year's European Rally Championship. Breen has been working hard for his living.
Basically, I had to drive the majority of the morning with road mode, so not the proper map, no anti-lag system, so it's like Group A Audi Quattro Sierra Cosworth from the early 90s, late 80s. So you have no ALS, you have no response, doesn't work the differential properly, so we lose a lot of time.
Light switch power delivery, not what you need on some tight, twisty and slippery roads in Cyprus. It's hot, and the tarmac is mixed with gravel on the stages. Drivers have to use gravel stages and tyres and suspension.
Of course, the car moves a lot. The gravel tyres are made for, like you say, for gravel. So yeah, the blocks of the tyre tend to move a lot on the tarmac surface, and here it's so fast in some places on the wide road, and also the roads is destroyed with a lot of loose from the cut. So it's a big challenge for the tyres. But for me, the Michelin tyres are working really well today in all conditions. So I'm happy. Our choice is basically soft and hard, S and H2, but today we drove with the H2 tyre all during the day, and yeah, it seems to work quite fine. So it's a very strong tyre, very durable, coming from the World Championship technology. So yeah, it's a good tyre. The soft tyre can be good on the loose surface, but it tends to become too much worn in hard conditions. have to be very careful. Today we had nearly 50% of tarmac, so yeah, you just have to be smooth and don't slide the car so much, and yeah, just see what happens.
Stage Kotsiatis 2 is a classic example. Just 21% tarmac, 79% gravel, and that's what the cars are set up to deal with. You just have to live with the tarmac parts. First stage of the afternoon, Kajtanovic continues to battle his way up the leaderboard. Multiple Polish champion wins his third stage of the day, really getting to grips with the tight and twisty stages of Rally Cyprus. Closing to within 3.3 seconds of second place to Al-Khawari in the overall classification. Litrodontas, 86% tarmac and only 14% gravel. It's basically mountain roads on unsuitable tyres and unsuitable suspension. But all eyes are on Kajtanovic. Will he be able to overhaul the Qatari for second place? He has to be cautious. There's railings and long drops on these mountain roads. Ditch hooking on the inside isn't going to help much either. It's gorgeous scenery, but he hasn't got eyes for it. He's having to be careful. The heat of the day really on the road. It's a lot more slippery. He'll need his radar dome fully attached to keep himself in contention. Abdulaziz Al-Khawari feeling the pressure from behind. He's been waiting for the tarmac, but there's a lot of gravel on the road. It doesn't feel quite as good as it should. He ends up going 15.2 seconds slower than Kajtanovic, who is the fastest man through. He moves down to third. Kajtanovic is on the charge. What about Yazid Al-Raji? Rally leader not as comfortable on this stage as he was this morning, it seems, battling with the stones and the dirty roads. I heard him say he can go fast when he needs to. Is he worried about Kajtanovic? Of course he wants to win overall, but maybe points for the Middle Eastern Rally Championship are uppermost in his mind. Either way, he loses time. 14.1 seconds slower through the stage than Kajtanovic. He still leads, but by 3.7. Robert Consani, sixth before stage 7. He failed to make it out the other end, though. An engine problem on the Peugeot 207 S2000. It dies halfway up the mountain. Bruno Magalhaes has worked again on his setup. Better on gravel now. Bit of a handful though on the tarmac, which is not great with a 75% tarmac stage on twisty mountain roads. However, he is getting to grips with the nature of the stages and with the car. It's his best result of the day as he goes second quickest. In the Honda Civic is our defending ERC two-wheel drive champion Zoltan Besenyi. Fastest by far in two-wheel drive until this. At 40 kilometers an hour, he rolls on a bank. Luckily, Cypriot rivals Haralambos and Puyakais stopped to help, and the Honda Civic is back on its wheels, able to continue and lead two-wheel drive by 3 minutes as the battle for the victory comes down to under 4 seconds. Craig Green moves up as he persists. He may be 2 minutes 30 behind, but he's already in top 6 position. Stay with us as we find out what else was in store on day 1 of Rally Cyprus. Welcome back. Day 1 of Rally Cyprus, round 9 of the European Rally Championship after stage 7. Pressure for the lead, just 3.7 seconds separates the top 2 drivers. So we head into stage 8, a rerun of Lefkara. Kajtan Kajtanovic has been charging up the leaderboard, pushing hard again. Made a mistake on the super special previous evening. All that seems to be forgiven. His time through the stage, 16 minutes, 38.6 seconds, exactly 10 seconds faster than his first run on the test. Is it enough to take the lead? Saudi Yazid Al-Rajhi in his Ford Fiesta, pushing hard after losing a lot of time on the previous one. 0.6 of a second quicker on the stage to hold the lead. And Craig Breen, high temperatures, having to nurse the car to avoid major overheating. Fourth fastest on the stage, he remains sixth overnight. And in the other Peugeot 208 T16, things aren't much different. Bruno Magalhaes also having to keep one eye on the temperature gauge. The engine is close to terminal overheating. Sixth fastest on the stage. He's fifth overall, 1 minute 18 ahead of Breen, whose time penalties account for all of that gap and more. Clavdia 2, stage 9. Shadows lengthening at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Cyprus time. And Craig Breen, problems reported from stage 9, nil. First clean stage of the day. He finishes with a smile and second fastest time. Sixth at the end of the day, 2 minutes 42 behind the leader. At least it's the end of day one and not the end of day two before the car runs clean for him.
Yeah, the last stage it actually ran fine, so it's the first stage all day that the cars ran relatively clean, but the dust was really bad and the sun was just coming down at my eyes at the end of the stage, so it was really, really difficult. But I'm still quite happy to come to the end of the day, because the amount of trouble we've had today, it's been a real tough one.
Meze and a brandy sour will sort that out for you, don't you worry. Kajtan Kajtanovic, epic battle for the lead, giving it everything on the final stage of the day, really starting to get to grips with this rally mentally, and his Pirelli tyres are working well for him too. No mistakes for him on stage 9.
Today was really good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the times. Thank you for my team, because they're working very well. Car working fantastic. So we are ready to fight tomorrow. Look on my hands. They are destroyed a little bit.
He's been working hard. Yazid Al-Rajhi, the rally leader since stage 1, has hardly been taking it easy. Michael Orr in a co-driving seat. They know the pressure, they know the potential from their Polish rival. He's here to spend the day trying to control the rally at his pace from the front, but he knows now with Kajtanovic hard on his heels, he has no other chance but than to whip the horses. He comes through 6 minutes 38 on the stage, 8.1 seconds slower than Kajtanovic. His small 3-second advantage before has gone, and he loses the lead of Rally Cyprus at the end of day 1.
I think his tire different is Pirelli and a lot of tarmac here, 50% of stage tarmac. I think he do it very good time with tarmac, but tomorrow another day with gravel and big fight tomorrow.
As well as leading round 9 of the FIA European Rally Championship, Kajtanovic also heads the race to become the inaugural ERC Gravel Master with an 11-point lead over Craig Breen before the final day this Sunday. Breen in 6th position, Kajtanovic the overnight leader with 3 Middle Eastern Championship contenders ahead of Magalhaes in 5th and Breen in 6th. Well, that's how they end leg 1. Cyprus has a history of producing surprises and lots of action. Catch up with day 2 and see who ends up on top tomorrow night. Till then, Kalitta.